Gilberto "Zurdo" Ramirez is something of an anomaly in the boxing world. Boasting a 46-1 record in 4 weight classes, the Mexican juggernaut has never met a barrier he couldn't overcome, and has chalked down nearly every challenge put in front of him, his most recent being French power puncher Arsen Goulamirian. On March 30th in Inglewood, California, Zurdo captured the second world title of his career when he boxed his way to a unanimous decision victory over Goulamirian to capture the WBA Cruiserweight World Championship. In doing so, Ramirez also became the heaviest Mexican-born world champion ever. For a nation with such a rich history in the sweet science, albeit for smaller weight classes, Zurdo's dominance as a quote-unquote big man is something rare. However, when looking at Ramirez's path to success, you'll quickly notice he's always blazed his own trail. Born in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico, Zurdo's interest in boxing was no mistake. Former world champions like Jorge Arce and Carlos Cuadras served as inspiration to the young pugilist, even as fighters from lower weight classes. In fact, Zurdo never really had a relatable fighter to look up to. This did not faze the young southpaw. Realizing the gifts he had, Zurdo began his boxing journey and never looked back. Turning pro shortly after his 18th birthday, his career got off to a blazing start, stopping 3 of his first 21 opponents. Ramirez eventually moved to super middleweight and continued to develop his skills in his home country until 2013, where he landed a fight in the States. For a fighter like Zurdo though, no matter where, the squared circle serves as a sanctuary. His performances never changed as he continued to rack up wins before eventually earning his first world title shot in 2016. Finally, Gilberto Ramirez had a chance to join a long line of world champions from Mexico. WBO world titleist Arthur Abraham served as the last obstacle in front of Zurdo in his quest for a world title. And just as Gilberto had done with his previous 33 opponents, he dominated and boxed his way to a unanimous decision win and became WBO World Super Middleweight Champion. Zurdo defended the strap 5 times before moving up to his 3rd division in light heavyweight. After 5 bouts at the new weight, he was taking on the greatest challenge of his career thus far, WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion Dimitri Bivol. Bivol was on the heels of one of the biggest upsets in modern boxing after defeating pound-for-pound star Canelo Alvarez earlier that year. Never one to shy away from a challenge, Zurdo saw an opening. It was not only an opportunity to claim a world title in a 2nd division, but also a chance to show where he stood amongst the best boxers in the world.
Good counter right. Is Bivol looking for the knockout? He might get it here in the 12th.
After 12 hard-fought rounds, Dimitri Bivol retained his title via unanimous decision to hand Gilberto Ramirez his first career loss. Certainly uncharted territory for the former champion, but in no way a deterrent. Following the loss, Zurdo returned a year later to take on former world titleist Joe Smith Jr., winning the bout via 10-round unanimous decision and earning another world title shot 6 months later. However, this time, Zurdo had to move up 25 pounds to cruiserweight. Having already moved up 3 times, one would think Zurdo could do it easily, but considering the vast weight change and heavy hands of Arsen Goulamirian, maybe Ramirez was biting off more than he can chew. Clearly, that wasn't the case given his victory over the Frenchman. By now, you've probably realized there's not much holding Zurdo back. The man has broke barriers and faces while also adding some gold along the way. And for someone who never had a fighter like himself to look up to, he certainly is filling that role now. Gilberto "Zurdo" Ramirez has never met a barrier he couldn't overcome.